Yeah, when.
Where I am now, better than before. Those open doors where I've been down. But I am now, I'm in a special place. I don't want this, but I am now.
It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than this Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 Studio and WMVA 88.9 Studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com or 1400 AM or 1350 AM, and you can hear us all over the phone, all over the globe. And don't forget that if you want to hear us on your cell phone, go to 1400 AM or 1350 AM. You can hear us on your phone. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good evening. This is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's evening in my mind. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you? Could you? Will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
And Peace 95.3 FM and 1400 AM and WMVA 88.9.
Welcome, Facebook Live. James Edwards, good morning. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go over to YouTube at Crystal Records 1, CRISTO Records with a 1, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Shout out. Yeah.
Mr. E,
Yes.
what was your weekend like?
You know, I had
had a wonderful weekend.
Yes, I just had a wonderful weekend. I sit back and didn't do too much of anything. That's chill and chill. Or what did I do? I chilled, yeah, and had service on Sunday.
Mr. E, did you hear about all the flooding in the tunnel on yesterday? Hampton Roads, I don't know what happened. Just seemed like everything just burst open. Rain everywhere.
I think folks forgot to shut the tunnel floodgates down, because it was a great big swimming pool out there.
Mr. E, I never known that to happen.
Yeah, never known it to happen. It did one time before where folks forgot to close the gate when the flood storms came.
Are you serious?
Yeah. This is not the first. When everything was happening crazy, what they supposed to do is shut down the doors, some tunnel doors so the tunnel will not flood.
Well, it was terrible. They had to shut it down, and I'm talking about rain, thunderstorms, lightning, but we got through it.
That's right, we got through it, and I'm so glad that it's supposed to rain again today about 11 o'clock, but I'm so glad that I got through it. No trees, we got through it, no trees fell down, because I'm sick of trees.
Yes.
I am sick of trees at this season.
Well, this is hurricane season, and this is our rainy season, too. We get plenty of rain this time of the year, but eventually everything will just kind of like get itself back together and we'll get the heat and humidity.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about. Summertime then you're gonna start getting that real hot,
Yes.
can't breathe type of weather, and so I guess a lot of people in the center are not really ready for it because of the breathing, They said the
Yeah.
pandemic left a whole lot of folks, that coronavirus left a whole lot of folks with respiratory infections.
Well, I tell you, it's just something that we have to go through, and hopefully we will adjust. I hope you all are doing good. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know I had a great weekend. Got in the pool.
Woo! Listen, I want to say it publicly, and I hope everybody's listening. I show like a pass, a
This
pass.
is like a pass in the pool. Oh, if you could get in there, look, the grandson and his friends. Oh, they're planning a pool party.
Okay,
They are.
okay. I just want to anytime pool pass.
I tell you what, Mr. E, it was all fun, a great weekend,
Good
and
morning.
really enjoyed it. We have our today Monday segment, Sports Talk. There you go. And hopefully we have our special guest. I'm not sure if he's there. Is he there, Mr. E? There he is. Mr. James Luther, how you doing? I'm doing really good. It is so glad to hear from you. Mr. E said you were going to be on. I said one of my favorites. Thank you. What did you do?
What you say, sir?
Have you been a good boy this morning?
I've been a good young man. I'm a great young man. But I want to know, have you been? This is my son. This is my son, my baby sister's boy, who's a great young man. He's a great technology man, a sound man. You name it, he can make it happen.
And we love him being on our sports talk. You know, the last time we talked to you, we were in the NBA season. Mr. E laughed already. We were in the NBA season, and I mean, we were down to the wire.
That's how things started already.
The NBA. Say that again.
You've been already. I didn't know it ended.
Ooh. Well, I tell you what.
You did not know it ended?
No.
Wait a minute.
Started the season.
Oh, you with what team?
Miami.
Oh my goodness. See, that's it. You got yourself.
Dream.
So yeah, so we were down to the wire. The last thing we talked about, Mr. E, was the game that was with
That's right.
Miami
That's
and
right.
the Grizzlies.
That's right.
And what happened, Mr. E?
You know, Miss Hinton, as I began to think about my nephew the day before that game, I called him, and he said we got him, but they didn't get him. But you know, Miami and they played against the Grizzlies, and that boy they had called I think my nephew called him Jimmy Bucket. They got Jerry. I think the bucket had a hole in it, and so
The bucket had a hole in it and ran out of Gatorade.
they had a song back in the day. There's a hole in the bucket, Eliza.
But James, listen, we can talk and laugh, but Miami made it to the finals. We can say that. Tell us about their season a little bit and that final game. Talk a little bit about that.
We played the Nuggets. I already knew that we was overmatched, but I was satisfied that we got there. It was great coaching as far as Eric Bolton. He did a great coaching job this year. Come from the play-in tournament that we shouldn't even have been in the playoffs. To turn around and knock off Milwaukee, and turn around and knock off the Knicks, and turn around and knock off the Celtics. They were all the top dogs, and we knocked off against the first. We just threw out things, injuries also, from Colorado, he was hurt, people, he was going for the year. So there were two big prime players that contributed to our run in the playoffs, stuff like that. But
You all.
Dave Leonard coming. We getting Dave Leonard.
Oh,
Well, congratulations to Miami. You all did play a wonderful season. You made it all the way to the top.
Yeah.
That was
He always talk. He jumped on the band, right? Last time he was over there, I don't think they really did it.
I know they did. Not at all.
Well, there was some technical difficulty going on with the Golden State. When there was Poole and Green, they couldn't get it together. So that was one of the main causes why the Golden State didn't make it into the playoff.
So you gave Poole all that money.
Well, that's where he's going. He's going to the Wizards. He's going to Washington Wizards because you couldn't have, his mind was not on the Golden State Warriors playing. He was so busy having flashback from that knockout. Looked like another one of those. Looked like that TKO.
Well, I tell
That's
you,
why I want to get out of there. You don't have your team player, your captain of the team, punch the man in the face. You think he want to go out there and play basketball?
I want to play basketball.
I tell you what, James, it was a great season. But I would love for you and Mr. E to talk about this NBA draft coming up June, real soon. Who's been drafted?
They just
completed. Can you all talk about that?
That's right. Yeah. Listen, what do you think?
Pretty good. A lot of players I haven't heard of.
Yeah.
But it seems like them international players are really, they're catching up to speed. They're letting the playing field because there's a lot of international players that's coming into the league now.
That's right.
Remember when John came out, that's going to the Spurs on Victor?
Victor, right? Pronounce his last name for me. Pronounce his last name.
How do you
I can't even pronounce his last name.
I just
know he need a couple of potatoes in his back pocket.
I know that's right. He needs some weight going against some built bodybuilders. And guess what? That 7'5" frame gonna have to take a licking and keep on taking. You're right. The international players are really hitting the fan. They're coming into the States and they're taking over great. The boy from France, that boy Victor is from. There's a lot of people that's coming in from France.
Whoa.
Yes, it is. You notice that when the Olympics came around, that France team was pretty good. They had a lot of top players.
That's right.
Those guys, they started playing basketball, pro basketball.
Yeah,
they playing against grown men already, like Luka Doncic and all them, and Joel Embiid, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. All them guys were on the team, so they started playing pro basketball at an early age.
One of the Spurs,
college and stuff like that. They already playing grown men.
One of the Spurs that won the championship, he was over there playing. He came from France also, and he was one of the ones who helped recruit Victor.
You're right about that. You're right about that. That's the guy that can talk about. He can say for the Spurs.
That's right. Tony Parker. Yeah, Tony Parker.
He mentored him the whole time. Yeah, he was down to the Spurs, and he turned it over to Tim Duncan and all that. I saw him on the internet with Tim Duncan and David Robinson set the young guy down and had dinner with him and started, throwing very good knowledge at him. He was thinking they ready, so he will be all right. He just needs to get in that weight room because good boy.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Now let's look at the first round draft pick for the Rockets and for the Blazers. They got two of the great. For the Pistons. Yeah, for the Pistons and for the Rockets, they got two brothers that they're pulling over there. The Thompson boys. One is going to the Rockets and another is going to the Pistons. They all was picked. One was picked overtime elite, and the other one was both of them was picked overtime elite. So what do you think about that blend?
Combination.
It's good. I love the way the league has, because a lot of players don't want to go to college.
Yeah.
And make the colleges all the millions of dollars. They feel like they can go pro. Remember, years ago, I think Kobe Bryant was the last who used to go from high school to the NBA.
Yeah.
So now they're just like they put the G League and the G League in. Those guys don't have to go to college. They're right away. I alluded to earlier, the players are already in the G League. They're already playing for the players, college players, just like international players already.
But some of these cats that come out of college, you know who they are. I can't even pronounce their name. Don't even know what they look like. Never seen them play ball before, but they are right back in the first round draft pick, like Jet Howard going with the Magic and Carson Wallace coming from Kentucky, going with the Thunder, traded to the Thunders, and then you got Taylor Hydrick coming from the USC. going with the Jazz. Some of these never heard of these boys. These are new leagues. These are new names, and and they don't have what they call that Hollywood name. They don't have a brand with them when they come.
Yes.
That shows you the development when they have these training camps and stuff like that. You play like that. Like when we had four for the PIC, that pro-am tournament. These guys get to come out and really show their skills because a lot of times training when they're in a switch from a college system, you gotta play within their system. Like, most of the guys that come from Syracuse University, when they get to the NBA, they can't play defense, so that's all Syracuse do is play a zone all the time. So
That's right.
once they get free of that same direction that the college coach wants you to do, you can really show your skills then.
I want to switch that while we're on basketball, and I want to go to the NBA, the pros. You mentioned something earlier about the five realistic stars that's going to be traded in 2023. Here's other names. They got Bradley Bell going to be traded, John Poole, Prezino, and Chris Paul is moving just before the. What do you think about that? And Damian Little is waiting to be relocated. What do you
I
think?
think he needs to go there and go because he done gave Fulton everything he needed. And then got his money from that.
Okay.
They rebuilding right in front of his face and he's not noticing.
Wow.
Okay.
They just drafted that guy. That guy is a point guard just like him. And they still got the guy Simmons from last year
That's right.
on the guard. So they already rebuilding things, and right now he did everything he can do. Come on the South Beach, baby.
I know you want it. I know you want it in South Beach. I know you want it down there in Miami. Now listen to me. This is one of the hardest things I'm looking at. Where is KD going? Where is James going? Where are some of the big names going?
Well, KD's still on contract. So
Okay. Okay. How about James? How about James Harden?
His best bet is to go ahead and sign that deal back with the Sixers.
You think he needs to stay with the Sixers?
Nobody else will take him.
Well, there was somebody else looking at him. Well, who was that looking at him? Houston was looking at him.
But Houston in the week, if we build a team.
So they want a leader, though.
James Harden there, you're going to mess up the development of all the young guys. Because James Harden going to do James Harden. He's going to dribble, and he's going to shoot.
Okay. Now
So,
what?
I mean, how you going to develop the young guys? You just drafted first round.
Do you really think that the Golden State Warriors gonna re-sign Davon?
Yeah, that's why they got rid of Poole.
Well, also,
They open up the money bank now. I'm gonna get Poole all big money.
but the Grizzlies was looking at him also.
Yeah.
The Grizzlies was trying. The Grizzlies, when he found out that he was a free agent, they was looking for to pull Davon Green over there with them.
Yeah, but they don't need him, man. They got Marcus Smart.
Okay.
They got Marcus Smart. So he's not going to sign with the Grizzlies. But half the team is right. I just saw a clip where they got Chris Paul there the Warriors.
That's right. What do you think about that trade with Chris Paul? Do you think that Chris Paul is over the hill now, that he ran out of gas, that he can't function like he used to, or is he on his way out?
Oh yeah, this is glad roller coaster right here. It's over after this. Because I think he had a better choice going to the Lakers.
Okay. Well,
he need a point guard, but Golden State don't need a point guard because he got Steph Curry.
Yeah.
So this will be the first time since he can adjust him coming off the bench because he's not going to start there.
That's right.
So he want to come off the bench with his second squad, but it might be better for him because as his receiver Chris Paul can't last a whole year, he always get hurt in the playoffs.
That's right. Let's talk about that $1 million man that everybody's looking for and trying to get around. That Kyrie, let's look at what is Kyrie gonna do?
Which Kyrie?
Kyrie, the one that played with Brooklyn, the one that can play anytime he wants to.
Kyrie Irving?
Kyrie Irving, the one that plays anytime he feels like it. Don't want to take no shots.
Like that.
don't want to take no. He don't have to practice with nobody. He just go there and sit and say, "I want to play with y'all." What do you think about him? What is he gonna do this year? Next year?
He's box office, man. I mean, when he's on the floor, he's box office. it's just about sometimes it's a loose screw up.
Okay.
I mean, he'll take off days if it's raining outside and your car got wet. I don't want to go to work today. My car got wet. But other than that, it's best bet to stay in Dallas because that's where he's gonna get the most money from. Because
Okay.
what they always say, availability is always your skill set. You can be the best player in the world, but if you can't come to practice or show the game, what good is you?
Absolutely.
I want to make a switch now. I want to talk a little bit about this young fellow that's jumping 50 feet up in the air, that's a gunslinger, that's hanging out with the bad boys, and what's going on with him? You's a young cat, you's a young player, you's a young ball player. What is going on with Ja Moran?
Y'all lost his mind.
Tell us why you say that. What is going on with him?
He's not surrounded. I thought his dad not being a dad, his dad being his best friend.
I stop that. Now let's back up and let's go for you. You wrestled with the best schools in the whole wide world. You played football with the best schools in the whole wide world. The only person that you might have had that run behind you was your uncle, your uncles, your mom, and all of that. You made it through the loop. So what's wrong with him?
He just got he's finding himself out. People just gonna say yes instead of somebody that's gonna say no. That's not right to do. You know, everyone want to get a hand out to collect a paycheck from you. So they're gonna tell him whatever he said and he want to do. They're like, okay, let's do it. Instead of someone saying no, you don't need to do that.
Okay.
Like, you can't be his dad and his best friend. You in the club with him.
Okay.
You're not club with him. His daddy.
Okay.
You know, with Frank going and money flowing and stuff like that. Because he bought a house next door to him for his daddy and his mama. But his daddy partying with him all the time.
Wow.
So what kind of, leadership you showing him to do right if you in the club with him doing the same thing?
You know, there's a rumor that's going on that Jimmy Butler posted a picture with your boy Lillard. What do you think about that? You think they're that you think that's going to be, you're going to have a team in Miami?
What kind of picture?
That's a beautiful thing, baby.
A bonding,
yeah.
shaking hands. You say that's a beautiful thing. So that's
a
going.
beautiful thing.
You think they're going to add fuel to Miami's fire?
If we get Jamie and look, you might want to go ahead and pump us back in the championship.
All right. Yeah. Wow.
That one.
So that's money in the bank.
Yeah. Don't worry about us. My thing is, you need to worry about finding you a running back.
Say what?
And you know what I'm talking about.
All about
right.
this screen. Don't say it.
Say what?
Oh
It's
my
not
God.
trying to get back on that football
Shame.
field.
Wait a minute.
It's gonna work for you now. You're coming off injured. You better find you a running back.
Now let's do this. Now you better find you a quarterback.
Let's talk about the NFL. It's getting ready to start. Oh my goodness. Are you all excited?
That's right around the corner, and I know for a fact that the what's the name of that team? The Green Bay with the cheese on their head. You know what's the name of that team? What's the name of that team?
In the morning for you to be
What's the name of that
Green Bay
team? That Green Bay cheese with the. You ever seen them with the cheese on the head? They're gonna be going right back. Instead of them wearing them helmets this year, they're gonna be wearing a block of cheese on their head.
This
the
thing
same team with the block of cheese. That's the same team that always beating y'all in the playoff race.
Well, I mean, but the thing about it, you got rid of one of your stars, the man. You got
Who
rid
was
of the
that?
man. You got rid of. He know who I'm talking about. He got rid of their quarterback. He's going over to the New York Jets, and he's
What's
gonna
his name?
he's gonna make it happen over there. Go ahead and call him by name. Say his name.
We don't need that. We went through the same thing with Brett Favre.
Okay.
We went through the same thing.
Say his name. Let me hear you.
You don't want to try that.
Let me hear you say your quarterback name. Say his name. You say him.
So look, James, are you looking forward to this season in NFL?
I can't wait because I want to see his face. When you see him before the season starts, he got his straight up going.
Oh, yes, he does.
I mean, he's going to throw on the track. He's not gonna pick up the phone.
Who, me?
Let's see what you think. NFL is coming. The boys ready?
Well, you know, the training camp is right around the corner, starting July the 19th. You know, well, let me tell you the truth about everything. The Cowboys is ready. The Cowboys, them boys, the good old boys, them boys is ready. Tony Pollard is looking real good. And for your surprise, we have a quarterback, a running back that's going to run right alongside of that John Brown, Mr. Pollard. You know, what happened to Ezekiel, he was too light. They was picking him apart. He didn't have that, he couldn't hit that zero hole like talking about it. But you get someone like Tony Pollard that gains yards every carry. Look out, Green Bay.
Ooh, look.
Yes, he's healthy.
Uh-oh.
Listen, when you make him a fan, is that healthy?
Uh-oh.
So everything rides on that.
Is that healthy? That came back. That came back with a broke thumb. He came back with a twisted ankle. You know, he can't. I would never come against the Cowboys because the Cowboys sets the tone for the NFL. Everybody, I've never seen anything in my life, Miss Hinton, that every team in the NFL and every team in the AFL want a piece of them Cowboys. That's their Super Bowl. Why? They don't like Green Bay. Green Bay is not like that. Why do y'all figure that the Cowboys?
Y'all the worst fans.
Oh my!
Every year y'all think y'all going to the Super Bowl.
Well, we
do it. You never been to for so long. Them trophies are so old. You can dust it off once the year starts.
But you know,
wow.
But you know, old gold is good gold. It carries a lot of value.
No, Jerry Jones, he always selling a false dream to you guys. Y'all fall for it.
We gonna be there. We gonna be there, and that's why we sell more garments. You know, NFL jerseys. We sell jackets. That's why we have a private stock that you can't get it at the roads. You don't want the trophy. Y'all just want the money. We want the MONEY, but at least you can go down to Walmart or you can go down to dealers Dollar Tree and pick up a new Green Bay jersey.
Ooh, y'all so much shade.
That's it.
You can
get my Green Bay jersey at Dollar General.
You get it at Dollar General. You get it right at Dollar General. You can pick it up at Dollar General, and some of you probably got them for Father's Day at Dollar General.
That's cool. Well, look, let's talk about training. Y'all ready to train, James? Mr. E.
We've been ready. We locked and loaded this year. We already know it's gonna be a lot of room because we got a young quarterback. So it's gonna be okay. They on a time limit right now. They'll spend all this money and still ain't gonna win.
See, it's always there. It's always in Cowboys. See, there's other teams in the NFL and other teams in the AFL, but the only one that you know that your eyes have seen the glory of the coming of them stars. Them stars are shining bright, and that's all you can see is them stars.
We're gonna follow up on this and win.
Yeah. Well, I tell you.
He is not important. He's not gonna have that same energy around week 8.
Listen, I'm a Cowboy to the raw. I'm a die-hard Cowboy. I got ride or die. When I bleed Cowboy colors.
Oh my Lord, my Lord. This is gonna be good.
But guess what? We are number one in everybody's book. When you open up your book, you see the number one team. And go ahead and say the name. I'm Dallas Cowboys.
I'm screaming. I'm screaming. I say, James, thank you so much for being on. We look forward to talking to you throughout the NFL season. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Love you, boy.
God bless y'all. We already did so much good slinging all over the place. So anyway, you all come up here just for a little while talking about some upcoming shows. But you all be blessed. Don't forget to join us this evening.
That's right.
That's why I after dark. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Lord, where I am now.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to Sports Talk with on FYI Radio Show. Our special guest has been none other than Mr. James Luther Everett. And don't forget to join us tonight on Sports Talk on FYI After Dark. That's right. Don't forget to join us FYI After Dark. We got a special guest dealing with mental illness, mental health. That's Dr. Butler will be our special guest. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WPCE 1400, Peace 95.3, WMBA 88.9, and WGPL 1350 AM and all social media platforms. You like to be a special guest? Give us a call at 757-714-7861 and have a great Monday.
Woo! Mr. E and them slung so much mud. I'm just like dirty. Look, I got mud. I said, oh my goodness. If I had a team, I don't know what would have happened to me if I had a team. But between Green Bay and them boys, woo, y'all ready.
That's what everybody's ready to talk about. They're not talking about what their teams are made out of. All they want to do is beat the Cowboys. I've been telling you for the last many years that every team in the NFL, every team in the AFL, their only purpose is to beat them Cowboys.
Well, I'm looking forward to a great season. They'll be training when, Mr. E?
They start the training camp July the 19th.
July the 19th.
Yeah, July the 19th. There'll be most of the teams will be training until from July the 19th to July the 24th. It's doing the training camp, and July the 24th is doing the first scheduled day for the NFL playoffs.
I want to see a game. I'm putting it out in the atmosphere. I would love, even if it means going to Washington or Dallas, I would love to go to a professional football game. So,
do you want the skybox or you want to go to the game?
Even if I don't get the skybox, even though I'm putting it in the atmosphere, I would love to go to a professional football game. Have never gone to a professional football game, neither a professional NBA, but on the bucket list.
Okay.
Those are two things that I definitely want.
One of the greatest teams that you got to go see, Miss Hinton, if you're going to a professional game, watch them Cowboys, whoever they play. In DC, they play Washington.
I gotta go.
You got to go down there and get into the center, into the atmosphere, and play and watch us in that football game. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we had a wonderful time covering the NBA. Now, I've gone over to WNBA on yesterday looking at who's playing, but I got to learn the ladies. I only know one for sure. She was in the news recently, Miss Bryant. And
well, she's going to go into the playoff.
Yes, but what I'm saying is I really need to now. And I enjoyed the game yesterday. It was really, really, really exciting. And it had the support of fans. People were there and they were playing very well. And so I think I'm going to sneak peek over there, WNBA, and bring some of the tea to FYI. Every now and then we can put that in there along with, the NFL season that's coming up. Looking forward to that too.
What do you think about some of the names of the WNBA that we have out there? The Wings, the Sparks,
the
Majestics.
Last night.
Yeah, and Liberty.
Yesterday, yes.
And the Liberty. Liberty is out of New York.
Yes.
They won last night. Yes. They won 8-9-3. The Sparks
won. That's right. That's the game I saw.
93 to 83.
That was a good game.
That was a great game last night. But here's when the Liberty won out of New York. They won 89 to 88. That was one of the greatest games also. What I have to do learn the names, where they're from, and who they are. Tonight at 10 o'clock, you got the Favors and the Aces playing tonight.
Yes.
And then on tomorrow night, you got the Liberty playing against the Suns, and then the Storms playing against the Linux.
They have great energy.
Yeah, they are balling.
They are balling. They are definitely professional players. And so, yeah, I'm following and checking them out, bringing some reports every now and then to you all. But we are definitely gearing up for the NFL season training, and then it's always exciting. And you all have your own team. It's a little bit different with NBA. Some of you all, stay in the back like we're looking, but when it comes to the NFL, you all definitely have your picks and your team, and looking forward to what's going to be going on. We're going to have some of our friends that we had, of course, from last season. And hopefully we have some fresh blood, some more folk to come on and talk about the NFL season and give us some insight on how they feel it's going to go.
You know, Miss Hinton, when you start looking at this new season, these new players, they got some new trades going on.
What do you think about the
They got
trades
some
and
training
the
camp.
Yes.
From the NFL, they did some new things going over there. I think what they're doing is everything is going to be a great blend this year.
Wow.
Everybody wants to see this, and this, but guess what's going to happen? You're going to get what you see, and I'm predicting ahead of time. Y'all listen to this. I'm predicting your Super Bowl champion. Already before the game ever started, since Dallas did wonderful last year, and even though we looked at year 4 last and saw the Philadelphia that was kicking butt last year. So, Miss Roberta Cotter, I hope to say that you won't go back. You won't get a second chance this year. So.
Prediction, but we're gonna see how they come out of the gate. Because sometimes when they come out the gate and you see them like nonstop, just getting it. It is a prediction of how they're going to floss.
And the reason why I was making my prediction is the Cowboys beat the Philadelphia in our district. In our district, and history was made last year. They had Mahomes and Jalen Hurts, 2 African American quarterbacks playing in the Super Bowl. And then, then turn around and don't forget our friend Johnny Walton, who's going into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And so we're proud of Mr. Johnny Walton, who's going into the Hall of Fame. But Derek has to get it. Now, here's the thing that's happened in the Cowboys for your FYI, is that not Tony Romo, but the quarterback before that, he really wanted to be going into the GM this year. I forgot his name. I see his face right there. He was one of the quarterbacks for the Dallas Cowboys. Now he's going into GM. He's going to be the GM. He's going to make some great calls. And when he makes these great calls, you can rest assured that this is Super Bowl time for the Dallas Cowboys.
Amazing. It's going to be great. We're going to give you some updates of what's happening in sports news along with when training starts and who's doing what and how well they're doing it. We're going to keep up with it real well. We want you all to make sure you have all your little
rah,
all the paraphernalia and the energy to go along with your team as we cover sports.
I want y'all to know. I wanted to know, Miss Hinton, you're going to choose a team this year. Am I right?
Yes.
Well, you already followed how many teams this year?
Okay, so I am going to be following certain ones. Of course, Dallas, of course, Philadelphia Eagles. My grandson said we're going to follow the Chiefs. The Ravens, I think it's one more, but we definitely going to check out what's going on, who's doing what, and how they doing. I don't know. I think choosing a team is too stressful.
Okay.
Because it's like when you look at, they gotta win. Your team has to win, and if they're not winning, it's like, oh man, it's like just a hurtful feeling.
Or tongue lashing from the
like,
folks.
Oh Lord. But anyway, I'm gonna definitely be following these teams, and we're gonna do some great reports.
I want to let our listening audience know, if you're gonna pick up a team, those who don't have a team, if you're gonna pick up a team, please get some thick skin. You know,
Even
it's
if it's temporary, even if it's the season, I
yeah,
may do something like that, Mr. E. Just
yeah,
for the season, I'll
that's
say,
right.
okay, I'm going to be a rah for
The
who.
Cowboys. Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Well, who's your grandson's team?
Who is it now?
Now
Because
I know he's gonna be a Raven.
he's going to definitely follow the
Yeah,
Ravens.
he's gonna be a Raven.
But
Be-
I'm trying to see the Chiefs. He's big on the Chiefs.
Mahomes, but I know that he's gonna be a Raven because what you call went over to the Ravens. You know, so he's
Yes.
playing for the Ravens. But there's a lot of controversy. I think you got to let it know there's a problem over there because that recurrent injury for his man is flaring up again.
Ooh, we will see. We shall see. But anyway, it has been a great sports talk. Talking about the draft for the NBA. That is very interesting and exciting. We will cover the NFL and also the WNBA. We'll do a little tea on them and learn, and we have to learn who they are.
That's right.
And
That's
do
right.
support, that as well. People are a little bit excited about baseball, Mr. E.
That's
I know
right.
we don't call it much, but then sometimes I do see highlights from baseball, and so maybe every now and then as we learn who, well, you probably know the team. Some of them are, like New York and
Blue Jays,
all
Red
the
Sox.
Red
Yeah,
Sox, all them. Everybody know those teams.
that's
but,
right. That's
we
right.
have not been following
Them
them.
Yankees are from out of New
Yankees,
York, so
New York Yankees, yes.
so. But there's a lot of international players that are playing baseball. You know,
Wow. What is this international thing? Come on now, tell me what's going on. You all mentioned it in the NBA and NFL. What's all this international stuff?
see what normally happens is we go over there and we play international ball, and
True.
you know we pick up teams now. What has happened is now the international players that's over there that want to come over here,
I get
and
it.
they done got the cards and they done got everything ready to come over here to play ball with us. So now a lot of Metropolitan has picked up a lot of the international players.
Are they playing well?
They play well. That's that boy from Victor.
Yeah, Victor.
Victor, he's
Absolutely.
from France.
I
Tony
see.
Parker, who played with the Spurs, Tony Parker, who played with the Spurs, is one who trained them and helped them because Spurs had got an NBA championship. So Tony Parker and went back to France, where he's from, and started a league and training folks.
Absolutely.
When you look at them boys that's coming in out of Metropolitan, that's what that's all about. That Metropolitan League. Look at the Warriors. They're picking up that boy from Santa Clara, but he's original from Czechoslovakia.
Wow.
Look at the Pacers that picked up another boy from France. That Balak, or whatever their name is. But these are what you call international players that's coming over here. Now that was just only the first round.
Absolutely.
But when you look at the second round picks, when you look at here's what folks got to look at also. I told you about two brothers that got picked at the same time to go to the NBA. But when you look at the second round, some of these folks, like Jalen Pickett from the Penn State, he's going to the Pacers, and the Spurs, Leonard Miller that came out of Timber, he's been traded from the Timberwolves.
Traded too. These are traded too.
Right, traded to the Timberwolves from the Spurs. The Spurs, what they do, they lighten the load. Jordan Wash from the Kings, he's been traded to the Nuggets, and
did you say
to the Celtics, and Tyson was traded to the Nuggets. So a lot of this stuff is happening around. They're lighting the load. They have to sit on the bench. They are lighting the load so that they can open up big money room. This is what when they start trading them like this, they're making what they call money room, so they can get some of the big players.
This is amazing. So anyway, we're going to continue to cover it and just give you all highlights of the game. Hope you all will follow us and look at the games and really get into this season that's coming up. Mr. E, let's see what else. Oh, tonight.
That's right.
Tonight. Please join us on FYI After star, Dr. Butler,
That's right.
will be on. She was just with us on our FYI Friday morning show, but she's going to come on. We get a chance to talk with her. You all can help the discussion along in the chat. You can ask questions, and we can talk about this thing called mental health. You know, it's been covered all throughout the media this month and last month, and it's something that people really need to talk about because we're seeing some really, really bad stories about people that have not, don't have a grip on things. It's the extreme. You got the extreme stories. You got some of the things where people are discovering, oh, I think something is wrong. I need help, and so she's gonna let you know when you get when you get to the point where you really need to go and get yourself monitored and checked out.
Do you think that the chemical imbalance of men and women is with the meds that they're taking now? Because uh, one time or another, there was only one doctor that you go to see. Now you got a specialist for your big toe, you got a specialist for your little toe, and each one of these folks is they're prescribed medicine for you, but don't look at the medicine that you already are taking. Do you think that that causes mental illness, mental health?
So many things will do, and she'll let you know. But I believe trauma, depression, you got things like pressure, things people can't take. The Bible talks about a wise generation, technology, and they're discovering things left and right, but a weaker generation that can't take but so much.
That's right.
And so, but then again, they are traumatized by so many things that are happening in our world. Just take, for instance, the pandemic. Who would have thought we would go through a pandemic in our generation? And it wasn't the easiest thing in the world to go through. And so people had to sit with themselves for 3 years. They had to sit with their family for 3 years. They got to know who they were in a different way. Everything shut down. The church shut down in its way, physical, and people were sick. People were dying all around them. People were helpless. That one thing brought on just a whole lot more mental illness and mental stress than we would have had it. Would have had it if it wasn't for the pandemic. We went through a lot.
So you need to tune in tonight. Any questions that you need to ask about the pandemic or about mental health, Dr. Juanita Butler will be our special guest. Jacqueline Butler will be our special guest on tonight who knows everything about mental illness.
Absolutely. Now, look, you all make sure you follow us on social media. Make sure you subscribe to all our channels wherever we are on social media, but also go to Crystal Records One, Cristo Records with a one, and please subscribe to their channel. Also, bling it right underneath your nose. Thank you. I just want to say thank you. Those that are buying my Audible, I love y'all. My coach, Miss E, told me, she said, if you don't have your Audible, when your book come on, you're just wasting time, wasting money. And I listened to her, and it's paying off. Thank you all for buying the book, Bling It Right Under Your Nose. Please make sure you get it for your family, for your children. It's in Audible, it's in English, it's in Spanish, it's hard copy, it's download. Please go and get that book. What else was he?
Don't forget the Ladies Pie.
Royal Ladies Pie will launch. Also, don't forget the music. Don't forget the game. Bulvic Academy.
Yes.
It's there. It's right in
Is it ready?
We're going to upload it to the website probably on this week, and you'll be able to get the weekend.
That's right. And don't forget that we got special guests coming your way on Wednesday. You don't want to miss what's going on here. Keon Wiggins will be our special guest on Wednesday. Issues concerning men, what's underneath the hat. And don't forget to join us on Friday for more of what's in your closet. Issues concerning women.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Be blessed. We will talk with you this evening, and we're going to have a great discussion. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later.
2 up, 2 down. And thank you so much for tuning in. For more information, give us a call at 757-714-7861 or inbox us at Ed Whatever Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, or even email us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com.
Absolutely. Howard, We have Richard Wilson, Roberta Cotta, Sherry Collins, James Edwards, all that are. Thank you so much.
Yeah, more.
Thank you so much for being a part of what we do. Thank you for your support. Have a wonderful day.
Too much.